Good afternoon, flower enthusiasts. Welcome to Mornings with Mayesh, a live stream and podcast. I'm your host, Yvonne Ashton, and I'm so excited to be here with you today as we unveil some truly spectacular new varieties from Rosaprima and Floraprima. These best-in-class growers have been working tirelessly to bring us an array of stunning flowers that are sure to take your breath away, from elegant roses to delicate spray roses, and from charming ranunculus to graceful anemones. We've got a treat in store for you. But I'm not going to be the one to present these beauties to you. Instead, I have the pleasure of introducing our special guest for today's event. He's a true visionary in the world of floriculture, and with an unparalleled passion for flowers and an eye for innovation. Please join me in welcoming our very own David Dawson. Hey,
Good
David.
afternoon. I've been lobbying to get rid of, to do a show, not so much mornings with Mayesh, but martinis with Mayesh. Well, I've got it to the afternoon, but still no martini. But I'm very honored to be here at one of 12 pop-ups around the United States that we're doing, featuring products from one of our very good vendors, Rosaprima. So they are striving all the time to come up with new varieties for the floral professional. And they've recently, they used to do exclusively roses, but they've moved into doing other products now. So we will also take a look at some ranunculus and some anemones as well as roses. So without much further ado, I'd like to move along and show you some of the really great new roses that will be coming your way this fall. I'm going to start off here. A couple of really great roses. This is Green Romance. Look at that, really green, really long stems. You know, a lot of green roses have been sort of marred by short stems, crooked stems, not very robust, but this is a robust rose. Green Romance, comes 60s, 70s, and 80s. Look at that, fabulous. And of course, next to that, the one and only Moab. Even though it's been out a while, just want to bring this to your attention, especially going to the fall. Beautiful rose. It's named after probably the town in Utah, or maybe something in the Bible even. But I think this echoes more of Sedona, with the deep sort of sandy red tones. Gorgeous. It's a large rose, 3 inches probably tall, and opens very nicely. Great for all sorts of situations. Fabulous can be used in with peach for wedding work. Again, also very long stem rose. That's Moab.
I love both of those. And everyone that's watching, if you have any questions for David, let me know, and then I can ask him as we're live. And would love to know so far, like, what do you love best? Like, do you love the Green Romance or the Moab? Let me know in the
Beautiful,
comments.
beautiful. And one thing, the Rosaprima, they used to be just roses, but of course they've gone into garden roses and sprays. I got a couple here, really nice. Really, really nice. Again, they are going for the long stems. So these, you could, of course, cut them down, but also good for situations where you need the longer, stronger stems. Quite remarkable. You're getting here 5 flowers per stem. Good laterals, nice strong ones. Here we have Fibonacci aureus. I'm not sure if that's named after Fibonacci, who came up with the mathematical definition of growth of plants. Probably Fibonacci aureus.
How is Fibonacci spelled, David? Do you know?
Yes, it's Fibonacci. Fibonacci.
Fibonacci.
And next to this, I have this this is a beautiful, rare color. It's sort of a watermelon pink, a warmish watermelon color. This is called Bella Linda Glee. Again, also on long stems. Really fabulous. A little change up from what we normally see in roses. Very nice watermelon color, I should say. Bella Linda Glee.
Beautiful. Love it. I have a couple of questions before we move on.
Okay.
I already asked you the one about how do you spell that with the Fibonacci. So we're good on there. Someone asks the peachy orange rose. That's what you just, the one that we just spelled. So that's the name for there. And then, okay, someone is also asking how many stems in the Moab bunch? How many stems come with
Moab,
those?
in this bunch, it's just 12 stems. All my
Okay,
samples today have 12 stems. The spray roses have 6 stems.
okay.
So, you know, that's a lot of flower for 12 stems.
Yeah, yeah.
Very nice.
Awesome. Good, good, good.
Now,
And then,
if you need coverage, especially the Moab, you get value for money. I mean, it's a little more expensive than other roses, but the amount of coverage you get because the blooms are very big. So yeah, that's the Moab.
good. Okay, so and people still want the name. So the Italian one is the Fibonacci. Can you show that one again real quick, David? Because people are loving that one, I think.
Yeah, I have the Fibonacci aureus, not the cookie, but more like the gold, Aureus, aureus, and the Bella Linda Glee.
Bella Linda Glee is the watermelon pink one. All right. And
Yes.
then I had a question also for the Bella Linda Glee. Can someone get them at our Mayesh Atlanta location?
Yes, you can. Everything here can be ordered. I'm not sure we have them on hand in Atlanta today, but it's possible. Otherwise, they can be ordered from your sales associate.
Awesome. So everything that we're showing you guys can be ordered from your sales rep if they don't have it on hand. Perfect. All right, David, let's move on.
Yeah, so I'm going to take you up close. This is one of my favorites. This is Veggie. I got some here floating in a bowl. I really like these. Really, really like these. So it's a mutant rose basically because it's mostly made up of the calyx material. Not much real petal here. Mostly calyx. But what I love about this is, you know, you have to change your thinking away from roses. I think this is a great substitute for clematis. You know, there's a fabulous heirloom variety called Midori, and it very similar look. Could be used like as a clematis or something where you need a bold accent, not necessarily a rose. And I love it, even like clematis, down to these little anthers in the middle. Fantastic. That's called Veggie.
I love the veggie. Guys, I mean, I think we could consume these veggies. I'd rather have that than, you know, actual vegetables.
Yeah, yeah. I hate the name. I think names are very important, and I sometimes these names make no sense. But there you go. But it is in its own right a beautiful flower. Whether it's you doing double duty as a water lily or as a clematis or what have you, a really great and strong. It has so much chlorophyll in the petals that it's a very robust rose.
Good to know.
What
Thank you,
one
David.
thing I will say with the veggie is I would if you get them, you want to cut them, put them in water, and leave them somewhere warm so they can open up. They do take a little while to open. They want to be in a warm situation.
Good to know.
And moving on, I've got this is a fairly new lavender rose called Cool Down. Very nice. Again, quite a strong rose. Very nice foliage, very clean, and a very nice, homogeneous, even lavender color. You know, so many lavender roses today have tonality, and what I like, once you take the gall petals off, very even, like smooth, like milk chocolate. Very nice lavender rose called Cool Down.
Love it.
Here's one. This is pretty popular already. This is called Phoenix. very nice, somewhat gardeny aspect. Great range of peach tones, much like you would find on an actual peach. Some lighter colors, some yellowy colors, some pinky colors. Very nice and very popular rose phoenix. And one of the great things we do like about Rosaprima is they have a really broad selection of varieties, good colors, textures, and shapes. And yes, they are a little more expensive. But some of the things that we like as one of our important vendors at Rosaprima is they are really engaged in environmental and social responsibility. You know, when you go to their farm, everything is done first class. They have incredible dining room for all their employees who they feed 2 times a day, maybe 3 times a day with good nutritional food. You know, they have a doctor on hand. They have special quiet rooms for women who are nursing so they can make milk. They take a lot of thought and care, and they spend money, which probably goes a little bit into the price. Another thing I've seen lately at Rosaprima is they started their own plastic recycling company, and they gather up all the plastic, melt it down in some process, and make synthetic plastic wood to replace all the wood structures they use to hold up the roses. So I think they're a very progressive company, and that care for the environment and sustainability and responsibility, of course, costs money. But so if you are inclined that way, I think Rosaprima is a great rose company to consider with a fantastic selection of roses.
Love it. That's all really great information to know. Let's see. Someone is asking, does the Phoenix rose come in any other colors, David?
It doesn't come in any other colors per se, but what I would say is that sort of gardeny, it's held quite tightly, but informal. It's not fully corded. It's more in thirds. You could see that possibly in things like Cotton Expression in the Expression series. But what I like about the Phoenix is it doesn't have any of that green stuff in the middle, and it's a very romantic, elegant peach flower.
Good to know.
But I don't know of any rose directly in the same family as yet, because breeders are always coming and coming. So here I have another rose. This is called Sweet Moments. It's a nice mid to dark pink rose, quite bright. I wouldn't say it's a hot pink, although it's certainly close to it. Nice, quite large rose, a lot of petals. Opens quite slowly, so if you wanted to open more rapidly, you would have to set this out in a warmer temperature. Sweet Moments. Again, nice, attractive foliage. One thing you will see at Rosaprima quite a bit is attractive foliage. A thing I feel in the flower industry is often overlooked, but important. So that's Sweet Moments.
I have another comment, just a comment, not a question, from T over on Facebook who's watching live, and they say, Veggie is my favorite rose. I love it. I can see why.
Right, I just hate the name. You know, like Shakespeare said, yes. But a rose by any other name would smell as sweet.
Yeah.
So there we go. Okay, here's something really cool for the fall. This is brand new. This is an exclusive to Rosaprima. This is Espresso. Espresso. Of course, we've had the cappuccino, but now we have the espresso. Very rich rose, brown, but it has like an underpainting, undertones of red and orange spark. I mean, it really glows, this rose. Cute rose. This is going to be the first year it's available for the fall. We will have it available, but you're probably going to have to ask your sales associate to order it, because I imagine, I know this is going to be very popular for the fall. But I see a place for it all year long because it has a certain muddy tones that you can work in with peaches and so on and so forth. I think very interesting, would go well with Black Magic too, I feel. This is very nice rose. Quite brilliant foliage. This is Espresso.
Espresso. What do you guys think about espresso? So far, someone says beautiful with a red heart.
Yeah, this is one of these roses. It's a bit like a lot of reds. Very hard to capture on digital photography. It's something you really have to see it. And if I can add, at our pop-ups around the country, the 12 locations, we have all these roses on display, similar to what I have set up here. So you can go in and take a look at the new items coming from Rosaprima.
Rosaprima. Love it. I know, and I can get a list of what branches have the pop-ups for you guys too. I wish we were able to get it at every one, but we got it across again like a good amount of locations. So
We
if you
got it to about
visit,
half the locations.
yeah, Miami, Raleigh, Atlanta, San Francisco, Charleston, Detroit, Houston, LAX, LA Market, Portland, Carlsbad, and OC. All of those
And
branches.
Miami, of course. Don't forget
Yeah.
Miami.
Miami, they're the first one I listed. Yeah, so
All right,
definitely
good.
go to those branches and check out all these roses.
Yes, and by the way, if you do come, got a fantastic book with all their varieties, so that's handy to pick up as a it's a useful book for information and picking varieties.
Yeah, I love it.
Yes, you see that now.
Yeah.
Okay, moving along. I'm going to go now to some very special anemones. These are what are called double anemones. Back in the day, before they really got into hybridizing, the doubles, there were a few around. We've had them on the LA market since the 80s, the 70s probably. And they're called St. Bridget anemones. But these are new cultivars from Biancheri. Biancheri is the breeder who came up with the Hanoi ranunculus and that whole series. So I'm going to move along here. Got a very sort of patriotic combination here, red, white, and blue. But these are all doubles. They open somewhat slowly, but gorgeous, like little pom-poms set in a cup of petals. I have one here from last week, so you can see how they open. I mean, they're really, really pretty.
Gorgeous.
Those will open. The white are especially gorgeous. It's a double white with a green center. I don't know if you can see that. Very pretty. Red, white, and blue. That's probably the only drawback I would say is that stems are about 35 centimeters, so like 14 inches. But they're working on getting them longer. But really, really pretty. So look for these. These are called the Levante double anemone.
Avanti?
Levante, like the Levantine coast in, I'm not sure where that is. I think it's Croatia today. The Levante.
And you said they're a little bit on the shorter side, about 14 inches?
Yeah, they're like 14 inches. You know, we normally like them to be 16 inches or a little bit bigger. These are more in the 12 to 14 inches, but it's the first year of this crop, so they're working on how to get the stems longer.
Very good, very good. Before we move on,
great for wedding work. Yeah, moving right along.
Wait, hold on, David. I have a few more questions. Going back to the espresso rose, someone wants to know your opinion. Like, how does it compare to the Leonidas brown color-wise?
Okay. Let me go to that. So one thing I really like about the espresso, for those familiar with Leonidas or Cafe Del Mar or perhaps Matilda, an older one, Coffee Break. What I found about a lot of those roses is the color is good, but the tone is dead. It's like it's muted and dialed down. Whereas this somehow, through the color or the pigment coming through the brown, it sparkles with sort of red and orange backlight. I don't know how to describe it, but it's more animated than the Coffee Break or the Leonidas.
Good to know. Good to know.
If that makes sense. I hope that makes sense.
Yeah, and then real quick, someone wants to know where our Miami location is. Um, I don't know the address off the top of my head,
But
but
I
I
do. It's 1456 Northwest 82nd Avenue in Doral. The zip code is 33126. So we're quite close to the airport.
awesome. Thank you, David.
Okay, so here we have some very pretty, what they call pompon ranunculus. So these are sort of roughly ranunculus, but they have a lot of green sort of worked into these. They come in quite a wide range of colors. Here's a very interesting one, sort of like a malva with the green. And this is a classic. This is called igloo. One thing about these is, because all the green is a high amount of chlorophyll, these are incredibly hardy, very, very strong, robust. They will take a beating, you know, especially if you want to do some outdoor weddings. I could recommend these. So this is the Pompon series, and they come in about 10 different colors, but they're all alternating with greens. So it'll be red, green, orange, green, etc. But I think the igloo is good for all year long. Very attractive, appealing flower. Ranunculus igloo.
Love it.
And just, well, they're one of our 2 top growers of Hanoi. Look at this thing. Look, there's my thumb. These things, once they open, they're going to be massive. Really nice, robust stems, big flowers. So they really are starting to get a really good selection of ranunculus and anemones. And this thing, I mean, it's absolutely, I mean, fabulous.
They're
It's the
huge.
perfect, very large. When these open, probably 4 to 5 inches in diameter. Okay, well, that's my showcase for today. I'm very grateful to Rosaprima for helping us out and allowing us this opportunity to present to you and the customers who have been coming to our Miami location this abundance of flowers. Please ask your sales associate, or whether by email or when next time you go to our Mayesh location, to ask for these products. And there's a lot more coming, I can assure you.
I love it. I love it. People are asking, how do they get the book that you were showing? And so you just need to visit one of our branches that are hosting the pop-up. I listed that in the comments, but again, just in case you guys missed it when we listed it, it's Miami, Raleigh, Atlanta, San Francisco, Charleston, Detroit, Houston, LAX, LA Market, Portland, Carlsbad, and OC. So definitely want to go and check that out if you're able to.
Yeah, if you can, they're free. They're free. We got pens. We got wall charts with the roses and spray roses. I mean, this is just, I mean, it's very attractive, but it's great reference material. Very, very good.
Yes, and David, a compliment to you. You were called a treasure on our Instagram live. So you are a treasure. I love it. I love it. Yeah, I know. We weren't able to go to all of the branches, you guys, unfortunately. You know, but that's why we wanted to do this live with you guys so we can show everyone. So we're going to post this on the blog. I'm actually heading to Houston, like almost as soon as we're done with this live. We have a workshop there, so I am going to be there over the next couple of days, but I will get this up on our blog, hopefully on Friday when I get back in town. So definitely check that out. And David, thank you so much for coming on and sharing with us, and just, of course, hearing your thoughts and kind of the excitement around all of these new Floraprima and Rosa Flora and Rosaprima flowers.
Rosaprima and Floraprima.
Floraprima, yes.
Yes. and I'm hoping that we'll do a few more pop-ups with some other of our preferred vendors as well, so we can get a taste of the array. You know, so many in our business, we get comfortable with what we like to work with and stay in our comfort zone. And this way you get to see a little more variety of what's out there.
Yeah, no, I love this. Everyone else enjoyed it too. So thank you so much, David.
Thank
Thank
you
you
so
guys
much.
to
Safe
everyone.
travels.
Thank you, David. And thank you to everyone who watched with us. Obviously, I'm going to post this as a podcast, but if you guys are listening to this, you really need to watch it because that's the beauty of flowers is seeing them. This isn't something that we can just say and you really understand what we're showing. So definitely watch the video if you're listening to the podcast. And guys, if you haven't subscribed already to our email, I'm just going to pop this in the comments, but you can go to mayesh.com. At the bottom, there's a subscribe button. That way you don't miss all of the amazing content that we post. David is so busy helping my team. My team is always writing up new things for you guys too, on top of all the videos that we do. So if you want to stay in the know, make sure you subscribe. So again, thank you guys so much. I hope you have a wonderful